right, Kip and I are on a rescue mission here. Family and I were down at the river a few days ago, and we accidentally left Emma's sandals down there. We love those sandals. All three of our girls have used them, and they're going to be her sandals for the summer, so I'm tasked with going back and finding them. While we're there, I think we're going to do some rock hounding. And it's actually been kind of lucky because today's a cooler and rainier day, which I think with the river coming down could make for some interesting hunting. So we're going to get parked. We're going to run down to the river because the mosquitoes should be terrible, and then I will meet you guys there. Okay, we made it down to our target gravel bar. Goal number 1, find the sandals. Goal number 2, find some rocks. Let's go find some sandals. All right, I'm pretty sure sandals were over here in the sand, fittingly enough. Got a big eagle up here. Pretty sure a golden eagle. Okay, bad news. So far, I have not been able to find the sandals. So that's not good. After consulting with Alina, I've decided to postpone the search, do a little rock hounding, and then look for a few more minutes on my way out before we cut our losses and have to buy another tiny pair of shoes. All right, we are gonna cross over there to do our rock hounding. That's the game plan. All right, we're partway there. We'll try to make it. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. It might be a little deeper than I think. If it is, we'll just go back. We got some pelican friends over there hanging out. All right, we're gonna attempt to cross over there. You can see it's not actually that deep. Oh, it's a little deep right there, isn't it, Kip? That's all right. If we get a little wet, it's not the end of the world. I love rock hounding after the water comes down. The river just feels so wild and like untamed. You've got these like big tree trunks that have been washed down. And these are just gonna hang out on the gravel bar for the next year. Yellowstone is just such a wild river. I think that's one of the allures. It's so untamed. All right, now that we're over here, goodness gracious, it's beautiful out. We're gonna do some rock hounding. Let's see what we can find. Look at that color on that thing. That's a fun one. And then here's that piece of petrified wood. Just beautiful stuff. Rejoice. We have our first agate. I sprayed it off because I really wasn't sure if it was an agate. And sure enough, it's a nice little mossy dude. Oh, that's dirty. Okay, we're gonna have to clean that off a little bit more. Oh my gosh, there's another one right next to it. Okay, time to clean off 2 agates. Okay, I've cleaned both of these off. The smaller of the two is just kind of a plain old little moss agate nodule. That's probably gonna end up in a 3-pound tumbling pack for somebody. but the bigger one is actually pretty cool. It might be hard to see, but it's got some subtle banding in there. This almost looks like it was part of a limb cast, but you can see there's some moss and there's definitely some subtle banding. It's a really pretty piece. You might see it a little bit better. Oh, yes. I think that's pretty beautiful. If I don't find a lot more before I go back and look for the sandal, this video may very well turn into a fine cut polish where we take this home and work on it. Okay, the mosquitoes are starting to get bad, which if you were wondering why I'm wearing camouflage, that's actually the reason why, because these shirts have sort of like a built-in insect repellent that works pretty good. But Kip and I are gonna start heading back. If we find anything on our way out, I'll be sure to show you. But otherwise, I will see you back at the garage so we can do some work on that agate. All right, guys, welcome back. We have got this beautiful Montana, what I think may be a little bit of a moss agate here to cut. We're gonna be cutting it on the Highland Park 10-inch trim saw. This thing is super fun. Great saw. If you're looking to get a single saw to cut rocks on, this is a great choice. Yeah, let's cut it open, see what's inside, and then we're gonna do some polishing and see what we can make out of this thing. I'm pretty excited to see what's inside of it. All right, guys, let's see what we got inside of this piece. Interesting. A little fractured. There's definitely some subtle banding in there. I'm curious to see what we can get out of it as we polish it. A little bit of an experiment. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started polishing here on our Kingsley North calving machine. Great way to polish a piece like this, and I think we're gonna be pretty happy with what we get out of it. Let's see what happens. Okay, I've gotten through kind of the grinding and shaping stage now. The more time that I spend working on this rock, the more I'm realizing what a little dichotomy it is. You know, it's beautiful in so many ways, and yet it's got a lot of imperfections in it. I'm having to spend a lot of time buffing out some scratches and just getting some imperfections out of the face, which is a challenge, but it's a labor of love. And I'm really kind of curious to see where this thing's gonna turn out at. I'm not sure. I'm excited to bring you along though, so we can see it together. All right, so are you ready to see the final product here? There we are. Really happy with the final product. It's interesting because in a lot of ways, this is a really flawed agate with some fractures,
but it's also got some really beautiful banding, some moss, a couple little tubes in there. The word that kept coming to my mind as I was polishing this thing is perfectly imperfect. I think it's a beautiful specimen, and it is going to be listed for sale on my Etsy site if you're interested in purchasing it for yourself. I think it makes for a pretty cool piece. It's got a nice little dome on it as well. Well, that's going to wrap it up, everybody. I hope you enjoyed coming along for this little lapidary adventure together. Drop me a comment if you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to do that. That way you don't miss future videos like this. And until next time, I'll say keep on rock hounding. Take care, guys.